Not actual gameplay.
Thank you for the honesty. Got it?
I got it.
Okay.
All right. Ants. Jerry Seinfeld is back with the bees.
That's such.
Come on, do a crossover,
dude.
Do a crossover.
Like there's an ant movie.
Yeah, and then there's the bee movie,
and then there's another ant movie, and then there's a Bug's Life.
Other movie? Yeah.
And then you're talking about bee movie?
Yeah.
That was terrible. You skipped over the most obvious references to go to one that is barely tangentially related.
What if it's just gonna be ants? Like, no one's gonna go see it. Did you see any of those ant movies?
It's all right, man. Just sit in the hole. It's okay. I did not. I did not. Bro, are you? Is it there? Are they snake eatering right now?
Maybe it's Bayou Billy.
Maybe it's Bayou Billy. You bitches are fucking snake eating. Okay. Okay.
Oh shit.
How are you gonna do this, Konami? Kojima-less Konami. How are you gonna do this?
What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night.
Metal Gear Solid
Delta?
What a thrill. I'm searching and
what? Not 3. Delta. Okay, okay. No. And they're porting the originals. Okay. Are you recasting? Or are you just gonna... No, we don't know. We don't know. I don't know who's left at Konami to make video games, you know? Like, not to talk over this, but just like Konami's in such a weird state where they're like, all they cared about for the last couple years is pachinko.
Metal Gear Delta?
Metal Gear Delta.
Solid Delta. Maybe they're gonna change some voice lines or
dude,
something about the plot. Or...
No, like the summary of this is hard to really give, but essentially, like, you know, when Kojima left, it was a very like ugly breakup, you know, and then Kojima Productions and such, when we got Death Stranding out of that, and then Konami made Metal Gear Survive.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, exactly.
For good reason.
Exactly.
I see.
Right? And then they just kind of stopped making video games, you know? There was a bit of an era of like, hey, they're doing pachinko stuff. Anyone who...
That sells.
People who... employees who fuck up or who they depreciate don't get fired. They get sent to the pachinko mines. You go work in the pachinko offices. You know, they're just out there doing that. And it's like, are you a fan of, like, I don't know, Castlevania or Silent Hill or Metal Gear? Too bad, fuck you. They own the IPs, and that's the end of that. Now, the thing is like, but is it better? Like, as it's one thing for them to hold them and for those IPs to die, but it's like, would you rather that they bring them to the surface and just create awful things that are a shell of what they used to be? You know? Hard to say. You know, but I think people kind of just resign themselves to the idea that, like, okay, we're probably just never really going to see anything Metal Gear related again, or at least anything new. But what they could do is port the old shit, you know, keep it so that at the very least people can still play the older games. And, you know, just if you port it good or get a good dev studio involved with the port, then you don't have these games that are locked onto a console that you can never go back to, / as time moves forward, it's gone, right? Metal Gear Solid 4, can't play it unless you fucking have it. That's it. There's no ports of that. The further we go forward in time, the less accessible that game becomes.
I guess they're going to do something big for that one since they're re-releasing 1, 2, 3 and
well, so this is kind of what it is, right? So it's like I think everyone is, you know, is like, we can all agree if just port these things, and fine, people will, if they're good ports, you know, people can accept that. Like, we want these games to continue to be accessible, but I don't know that I trust like the pachinko company Konami to like actually start down this road again with these IPs. But we'll have to find out, man. You know, Silent Hill's coming, that's coming, and you know, Castlevania probably around the corner.
Oh,
right. And you know, the entire craze of that was, remember the height of Castlevania on Netflix when those were popping off, and everyone was like, "Damn, Castlevania, super sick," and Konami was just like, "Me? What?" Right? So
yeah, we made Castlevania. Yeah, we love it.
Yeah.
You guys love it? Okay.
Right. From time to time, I've shouted the words "pull the lever," right? And it's been you know, and then we've moved on. And every time I say that, it's in reference to a big trailer that goes down for a Silent Hill game that then is revealed to be a Silent Hill pachinko game, and then the screen goes "pull the lever," you know. So, yeah, there's just no reason to have any faith in Konami's ability to handle the IPs that they currently own. But people are, you know, lifelong fans of these things and do want to see the series not die. It's just, what are we gonna get? You know, it's a fucking rock and a hard place, man. I don't know. And yes, the ugliest of breakups, because Kojima, who was making great games and the guy behind Metal Gear, was then going to make a Silent Hill game for them, which Silent Hill was also a series going in the shitter because they'd fucked up a bunch of recent entries in that.
Oh, that's
everything was downhill since 2 and then 3 that we played. It was all downhill after that. So he was coming back to save the guy who had the one great franchise, is going to save the other franchise with Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
And Norman Reedus, you know, and instead it fucking fell apart and he got fired. So like,
so he left with his boys.
You know, what possible reason is there to have any faith in their ability to get any of this shit right? The answer is none. But we'll have to see.